everyone, welcome to this channel, and in today's video I'll be discussing about trends, how to identify trends, types of trends, and what a trend is. And a trend is basically the direction in which the market is going towards. Like if the market is going up or the market is going down, the trend is going to show you that. So a trend is simply the direction the market is moving towards to. Okay. And most traders actually lose money because they enter the market blindly without understanding where price is really going. And in this video I will show you how to identify real trends. Are you following me? Or how to identify valid trends. Okay, now looking at these charts, I'm very sure you can actually tell the direction of this market. And this is an Ethereum market, and just by using your eyes to look at the chart, you can actually see this market is actually going down. And if I show you another part of this chart, let me increase the time frame. I'll show you another part of this chart. Okay, it's loading. Okay, all right, so just by looking at this part, you can know that this trend is actually going down. It's a downtrend. And then if I show you another part, just by looking at this part, you can know that this market is going up and this is an uptrend. So if I look at this area, you realize that this market is going up, it's not going up and it's not going down, so the market is just stagnant. So with this, there are three types of trends. We have the bullish trend, we have the bearish trend, and then we have a particular trend that is not bullish and it's not bearish. Is known as the ranging trend or the sideways trend. Okay, now with that being said, these trends have characters that we use in spotting them on the charts, and these characters help us to take a decision to know if we are going to be going up or we are going to be going down. Okay, and now when we talk about characters of these trends, for the uptrend, are you following me? The character of an uptrend is that it makes higher highs and higher lows. Let me draw it out for you. Now for an uptrend, market moves up and makes a high, moves down and makes a low, moves up and make a higher high, moves down and make a higher low, moves up and make a higher high. A simple explanation to this is the price of fuel. If you are from Nigeria and you're watching this video, the price of fuel is an example of higher highs and higher lows. You can actually tell that fuel went up to a particular price, came down to this particular price, and very soon to go back up. Another example is dollar. You can actually tell that dollar was at somewhere around 2000 and then it came down to I think 1000 and it's about going up. Even before dollar went to 2000, it has been repeating higher highs and higher lows. When dollar pushes up to a very high price, it comes down to a very nice low price where everybody can start adjusting to the new price, and then it makes a higher price, consistently making higher highs and higher lows. So that is the character of an uptrend. The character of a downtrend is that market makes what? Lower highs and lower low. That is the character of a downtrend. Okay, and it's these characters are what we use in knowing whether we're going to be taking a buy or we are taking a sell. Now the character the name types of uptrend which I told you are uptrends, downtrends, and ranging trends. But another name for an uptrend is known as a bullish trend. Another name for a downtrend is known as a bearish trend. The ranging trend is also known as a sideways trend. Okay, now for the uptrend, as I told you, it makes what? A high, a low, a higher high, a higher low, and a higher high. Just so you understand, let me mark it out for you. This is a low and this is a low, but why this particular low is called a higher low is because this particular low is higher than this low. That is why it's called a higher low. Now this is a high and this is a higher high. Why this particular high is called a higher high is because this high is higher than this high. Okay, that's why it's called a higher high. And as long as the market keep respecting that character, creating higher highs and higher low, they will keep producing an uptrend. Okay, now for the downtrend, when market comes down and makes a low and makes a high and makes a lower low and it makes a lower high and makes another lower low, just as I explained here, the reason why this is a high and this is a lower high is because this high is lower. You can look at it, you can see that this high is lower than this high. That is why it's called a lower high. Then we have this, our low and our lower low. And why is it a lower low? This low is lower than this low. So the major character of an uptrend is that it makes higher highs and higher lows. You can just, this is the higher high and this is the higher low. So this is the higher high and this is the higher low, higher high, higher low. So the uptrend, one major character of an uptrend is that it makes a higher high and a higher low. And then the major character of a downtrend is that it makes what? Lower highs and then it makes lower highs and then makes lower lows. Okay, continuously. That's what keeps the trend going. Another character of an uptrend is that when the market is about to make a higher high, it breaks a structure. That is an important part you're supposed to know about a trend. It breaks a structure. So if market is moving up, comes down and moves up, for this market to make a higher high, it must break a structure. It must break a structure. Okay, it must break a structure, and we normally mark it out as a break of structure to the upside, because it caused the market to move up and make a higher high. So we mark it as BOS meaning break of structure. The B for break, O for off, S for structure. And being that market broke structure to the upside, it is the character of an uptrend. So we have a low, a high, a higher low, a higher high. But for the market to make a higher high, it has to break structure to the upside. So the first character of an uptrend is that it makes higher highs and higher lows. The second character of an uptrend is that it breaks structure to the upside. The third character of an uptrend is that the lows are protected. The higher lows are protected. What do I mean? Meaning that when market moves from here and goes up to this level, are you following me? And then comes down, it hardly breaks below this low. It just comes down around this level without breaking this low to create a new higher low. I always told you the low will be higher than the previous low, meaning that this low won't be taken up. So market will just come down around here and then move up, creating another break of structure that gives birth to another higher high for an uptrend. For a downtrend, the same thing. Market moves down, price moves down, goes up and makes a high, breaks structure and makes a lower low, goes up and makes a lower high, breaks structure and make another lower low. So the same thing here. This is where the break of structure occurred on this trend. Okay, this is where the break of structure occurred on this trend. So a character of a downtrend is that it breaks structure to the downside, it creates lower highs and lower lows. Another character is that the highs are protected. meaning that when market is going to make another high, it hardly takes out this high. It just goes around here, creates the high, and then dumps, breaking a new structure towards the downside. Okay, so this is for the bullish and this for the bearish, and these characters of these trends helps us to anticipate a move or a position we want to take, or if we want to take a trade. These characters helps us to know when to take the trade and helps us to know if it's going to be a valid trade. When you want to buy, you want to make sure that you are looking for the characters of an uptrend, so that you don't go and take a wrong move. When you want to sell, you're making sure that the characters of a downtrend is there, so that you don't make the wrong move. Okay, so this is for trends. So if you want to learn more about trading, I'm still going to be making more videos to guide you in trading. So first of all, before I end this video, let me go to the chart and show you an example of what I'm teaching you here. Now on this chart, this is a downtrend, and we can easily mark out the breakout structures on this downtrend. This is a downtrend. Are you following me? And from this downtrend, you can easily look at this downtrend and be like, okay, where is the breakout structure to the downside? And I look at this area. Market was selling. This is a breakout structure. One is a breakout structure. Two is a breakout structure. 3 is confirming our downtrend. Are you following me? This is an example of a downtrend. Now what is the example of an uptrend? Let's look for an example of an uptrend here. We have breakout structure to the upside. 1. We have breakout structure to the upside. 2. And then we have another breakout structure to the upside. 3. So this is the confirmation that it is a bullish trend or it is an uptrend. Okay, in my next video I'll be talking about breakout structures and change of character. Okay, so if you're interested in watching more videos, don't forget to sign up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and also click write interested in the comment section so I can send you a DM so you can join our community. So thank you so much for watching and stay tuned.